Stanos, good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome back to Lowest Quality Stream on Twitch. Episode number 869. Nice. Let's let turn start a single player series. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. Yes, mic is on. I got like 8.5 hours of sleep. Hello, Claw. Good to see you. Welcome in. How are you doing? Well today. Just taking a look at messages instead of this Discord. All right. I'm feeling rested. Well, not really. I got really tired right as I was about to go live. But we're feeling good. I did nothing today. It, that's not true. That's not true. Look, I have a timer. It's just a regular timer though. But it is a timer. And it's local to OBS, which means it's actually a Lua file. But I learned that OBS has script functionality, meaning you can write your own script and then make it run on OBS and have it replace a text source. And bang. It's a me, Mario. Good to see you, Valk. Welcome in. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. Let me run some ads on the start of the stream here. People won't miss too much. So yeah, that was cool. I figured that out. Shout out to the internet, I guess, for telling me OBS functionality that I didn't know. You know what with OBS? The timer. The timer up there is from a script that OBS is directly running. So if you go into if you click on the tools section in OBS Stenos, which I've never clicked on it before, you'll see a whole bunch of different things. You'll see output timer, which means you can automatically end stream after certain amounts of periods. And then there's this thing called scripts. And if you click on scripts, it brings up a whole nother menu. And then you can like have OBS run files. And whether it runs Python and Lua files. And this one is a Lua file, Lua. And it's running basically just straight up off my computer. Which is pretty cool, man. Saw a video about that months ago. Forgot it existed. Apparently scripts have been in OBS for like like a lot of years. Ugh.
So it works.
No, it's not a subathon timer. It is very simply a timer. I will add in all the time afterwards manually. It shouldn't take me very long to do that. As in like about 3 seconds. But it's all there. It's not you can make Python scripts and sell them to other streamers for $5 each. No. If I were to make Python scripts and actually learn how it all works, which I really should, because miss a single dispenser, that's not connected to anything. I'm hoping to miss it. I would not sell it for money, seeing as how everything else in the community is free. Why, that's just scummy. Also, I'm sitting here thinking, why am I on 50 FPS? I don't know why I'm on 50 FPS. I turn it off and just like that, I'm on 144. If you're talking about that dispenser right there, yeah, that's intentional. You don't have a job? We need to buy scripts from you? Lol. I didn't get anything to drink before stream. That was my mistake. Gotta study for biochem, enjoy the dispenser grid, enjoy the biochem studying. Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. Dang, I'm an idiot. I'm back. Been better, but definitely not doing bad. I've heard you've been enjoying the deep rock, huh? I'm happy. Yeah, I don't know if you're listening, Mac, but Valk got deep rock yesterday, which is very exciting. Oh, I'm out of dispensers. Ow. Why is this grid so laggy? Oh, probably because all the stuff in the walls, that's why. Why do I have 3 stone? Get the hell out of here. This is like abysmally slow. Oh, hey, perfect. Whee! Actually, the new best player in the world. Busy playing it now. No, I want to get better at it, and I think I'm pretty decent. Like I could rival. I could, beat most Hazard 5. Well, I could definitely beat a Hazard 5 mission with Bosco, I believe. Although I have lost a Hazard 5 Doretta mission solo. But I think I can. Like I 100% believe I can do all missions by myself. The real problem is that Gunner is not a good solo class. I would much rather have Driller, Scout, or also Engineer. Gunner is, like, by far and above the best support class. Like, Driller X anybody else is probably the strongest, or Gunner mixed with anybody else is the strongest combo, I believe. Just based on pure firepower and survivability. Mac would probably hard disagree with me on that. Driller has some pretty or why do I keep saying Driller? What the hell? Easy place. Calm down, man. Honestly, I might have ChatGPT help me a lot with writing a script because I just want a timer that I can just add time to because I'll just randomly click, I'm totally fine with, oh, I get bits. Let me just manually click a button that adds time to it, Like, I'm okay with that. Plus, the second mission I played when I was the last digger did. That's fine. Soloing is hard. Like, when you're the last man standing, you have to know what you're doing. I am totally down to play some on/after stream tonight, Valk, if you'd like to. Honestly, that extends to anybody else, too. But I think... I don't know, I might play a lot of Minecraft tonight. It's just... I wish I was good at something. Oh, I'm playing DRG right now. Can't join. Oh, no. I thought you were making a jab at Valk that he was playing it right now. No, you're playing it right now. Hell yeah, man. Nice thing about Deep Rock is that, yes, you can use voice. You don't need to, though. Like, the ping system in that game is incredibly well made. Also, I think I got... It was a YouTube notification. Is that just a bad dispenser, or is it just bad placement? It's just a bad dispenser, okay. Something's probably QC in it. I have returned. Welcome back, Ultra Rock. And welcome in. Good to see you. Welcome in. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. Steam's 2 hour limit sucks balls. Yeah. That you trying out the demo? It is. Deep Rock is only $10 now instead of 25. I don't know how much it is. But if you're definitely on the edge, give it a try. Also, I'm pretty sure Xbox Game Pass has it. That's how I originally played it. Got a feeling that some people in my coding class don't like me. How don't they like you? What'd you do, Alterock? Can you check what is wrong with it in the upper right-hand corner? Or you can check what is wrong with it in the upper right-hand corner. What is? Me? Am I an idiot? Or talking to Deep Rock? I have a paper to write, but that ain't due till Monday, so you're fine. Ah, you're fine, exactly. Oh, the dispenser? Well, I knew that. Oh, you're totally right. Yeah, it's just quasi connectivity nonsense. The schematic was made when something triggered or something. My class pretty easy, but some people just don't seem to click. Asked them to finish the assignment, but they haven't even started. I think they got the impression I was trying to flex, but I just wanted to see what other people did. That's all right. I say, as long as you don't come off as assholey, but that's a hard thing to judge, internally. I don't own any of the DLC. I believe every single bit of DLC is cosmetic, Middleclaw. I could be wrong on that. Which, in my opinion, is a perfectly reasonable thing. I believe they're all cosmetics. Let me ask. I mean, this is one thing where ChatGPT is actually going to be useful because it's just going to grab the Steam page. What is in the Deep Rock Galactic DLCs? Searching the web. Yes, search all the web. DLCs are mostly cosmetic. The Future Pack adds armor sets, helmets, paint jobs for armor and weapon, military look. Megacorp is more armor. Dawn of the Dread Pack is more cosmetics. Rival Tech Pack is more frameworks for guns as well as paint jobs. Robot Rebellion is more armor sets, cosmetics. Biohazard Pack is more cosmetics. Supporter Edition Pack is cosmetics. Original soundtrack is obviously the MP3. And Skull Crusher Pack. There's also a small bonus when you host a lobby. One of the daily special beers, Skull Crusher Ale, is free. Oh, interesting. You don't need any of them to experience the full game. The only non-purely cosmetic thing is the beer, but that does nothing. Oh, I'm a coding part. Right, exactly. Exactly, Alter Rock. I get it. Can't watch Ruin play Minecraft like I used to. Can't have anything other than Minecraft open, otherwise it lags too much. You're gonna hate me for it, but Twitch, if you really want to watch, some idiot place Dispensers down, I would recommend Twitch Mobile. Sorry, that's the word I was trying to get out. Yes, I do. I love Dispenser. Twitch, watching it on mobile or like watching it in a browser. Oh-doo-doo. I'm taking by hand more, but I like dispensers too. Yeah. The hardest part about building the stupid dispensers is putting TNT in them. That's the hardest part. I'm not even sure. I definitely have enough sand, I think, to make enough TNT. Might be running short. I'm going to be putting half a stack of TNT in each dispenser, which might be too much, but I only needed 16 in the nether. But netherrack is a really low blast resistance. I can be productive and do both my calc homework and watch Rudog? Hell yeah. Hey, you can also ask me for calc help. I will bust out Microsoft Paint and do calculus if necessary. How deep in the... Yeah, these extend out to here. Oh my god, there's a whole nother little bit of dispensers here that I just won't be using. If only I could apply for jobs and play Minecraft at the same time. We're just doing limits to infinity? I'm serious, if you need any help. You and Chris are at like the same points. Chris hasn't asked me for math help in a week and a half. It's because he's like, yeah, limits are super easy. I was like, yes, they are. Asian mash just flows through my veins. Yeah, that would be kind of weird, huh? Let's have the Asian ask the white dude for math. What's funny is I would consider myself painfully average at math. Yeah, I took, I have a minor in mathematics. That's besides the point, though. I don't know a whole lot of math. Like, okay, let me be posh here. When I say I don't know a whole lot of math, I know barely any statistics, and I don't know any of the, like, real math. Not real world math. I don't know any of the, like, the topology, the real analysis, the set theory and group theory, and all the things that real mathematicians care about. I'm good at calculus, and so good, in fact, that I decided that I wanted to take tensor calculus. Because I wanted to know what the word covariant derivative meant, and I regret it. And I still don't know what it means. But I know how to do it. Single person I met was good at math, other than my dad. Was a white dude. I mean, us white dudes, we're not terrible. Credit is due where credit's due, right? You like my my plain white timer? I should really like change the font or something. What font do I want? Let's see. Algerian. Hmm. Let me click on this one. Oh yeah. That's a great font. It's just a whole bunch of arrows. Nice. S sticks 1. There's 14 of them. French script. Oh. Look at this guy. Is the timer even visible? Why is it so small? I can't see. I can't see it. Oh, it looks posh as hell, man. What kind of sucks is I don't have any graphing papers, so I gotta graph stuff on normal notebook paper. Oh no. What's funny is you only need graph paper to do limits because they make you draw the graph. It's annoying. What level mining mission is it, Valk? Nice. Didn't turn on easy place. 400 mining missions are only the long one. 200's a piece of cake. I think 250's fine. Hazard 2. Oh, well. Okay. Do hard, but it's a tad annoying and messy. Yeah. And I need 200 more something called Morkite. I believe in you, Valk. Really like my math teacher, but we spend half the class answering kind of silly and simple questions. Hey, as long as you guys aren't falling behind, which you don't really, you don't really know, then you'll be fine. You guys are in what? Calc 1? Oh, I'm assuming you're doing Calc 1 because you're doing limits. Which means you guys are probably going to get up to either sequences in series or integration. We spent 3 minutes trying to graph y equals 3. I mean, yeah, that's just introductory calc students. Like, I don't know. There's nothing more to say than, yeah. That's okay. I remember too. There's nothing wrong with a little review every once in a while, as painful as that review may be. Look at the slideshow and take some notes ahead of time. There you go. There's the go-getter attitude. Seriously. The smartest thing I realized was I opened my quantum mechanics textbook to read along with my professor, and then I realized that his notes were basically copy and pasted from the textbook, and I was like, oh, look at that. I can find all the answers to the examples right in front of me. look more smart and competent than I really am. All about fake it till you make it, right? This is gonna be awesome. I'm not gonna have to worry about lava. It's gonna be great. I ran out of sprint. It was nice to take a break from Minecraft yesterday. The hell? So I got a message from Indeed that like what was it? Hmm. Whatever. I didn't want to see it anyway. So where do you play Minecraft like 5 to 8 hours every day and go to bed at 3 a.m. on the regular? The latest I go to bed is 1 a.m. I don't play Minecraft much anymore. It's... You grow up. I don't actually need any of that. Minecraft, but I only play like an hour every day. Yeah, it's a big shift. I found probably too good of a work-life balance, and meaning school-life balance. I would do my schoolwork from 8 to 5 every day, consistently. I would be at school from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m., and then after that I wouldn't touch homework. Just, nope. Which, you know, that led me to the incredibly average GPA of 2.8, but, you know. I wasn't literally spending 12 hours a day killing myself. I'm sorry, but I don't care that much. Oops. Not like I lost any interest in the game. Just haven't played as much anymore, yeah. I've arguably played more. I kind of miss it already. I miss having the interesting physics conversations. There is nothing like getting a couple of classmates together and spending 3 hours on a physics problem. Like nothing beats it. And then you inevitably um you inevitably give up, go to your prof, they tell you that you were kind of wrong, but you were on the right track, and then you go and then you figure it out, and it's like bang. I just saw that you released a video on your second channel about your world. I have to watch it. Never taken a physics class. Wanted to, but I never got into one. This is gonna suck to hear. You want to get into the interesting physics? You have to wait until like year 3 of physics classes. All the physics they make you take, just to like, you know, basically the introductory physics they have you take. That's the boring physics. The real physics comes, at least with at Rose, is your 5th physics class. What other schools it would probably be your 4th physics class? It's in the mood to make an old school Minecraft video, something like Ethos Let's Play. Yeah, I've been debating about doing something like that. It's like, here's what an unedited video looks like in my world, and it's just 20 minutes of me doing this. You know? What it's like having a 3,000 hour old Minecraft world, and it's just me doing the same thing for 20 minutes. What about the parts where I wasn't talking? Rendered it and posted it? Yeah. I really do need to make an update video. Why there hasn't been a world tour and blah 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 blah. But I don't care. Man, I have so much space over here. I don't know if this is gonna... Like, it's already built, but... Oh my god, I missed. Whoa. What are those? Oh, they're bogged. I haven't killed a bogged. Well, gonna investigate before I continue. Strays? No, strays are the cold ones. They slow you. The bogged poison you. Enjoy the lurk, Uni. I appreciate it. Now everything's wrong. Or the weird thing where I went through a portal and it completely reset all chunks in that area. Lol. That's wonderful. Yeah, it just wasn't building anything over here. Or was it over here? I don't remember. Yeah, it had to have been over here. Yeah, 100%. So now I have all this to build, yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, this just got interesting, I guess. I hate how the mini HUD circles and the light Matica circles don't line up. I love that. This is going to take... Okay. It's going to take me a lot of hours to fix. So hang in there. Thankfully, moving it all back once didn't actually... I just have to replace the rows here. Which, in all honesty, should not be that bad. I'm going to put in all the new crap first. Wow, nice job. Oh, nice job. Jeez. Is there a bug? I'm genuinely curious. Oh. SB737 videos. I'm not convinced he doesn't cheat. Oh, it's in 120. Good lord. What makes you say that? I don't know. I haven't watched it. Okay, I've watched a few videos. I secretly believe. How often does he upload? If he uploads more than once a month, he's cheating. He uploads about... Okay, no. It's probably legit then. Command block farm. I love that. How do I zip line? You press E. It's also, if you're looking like for your firing tool, it's your third, it's in your third slot. And send it to his team quickly to put together. Okay, or he just has 3 editors. That's also a completely valid thing. It's just anybody who does the whole, they do it all by themselves, and upload more than... Also, once a week is like 16 hours of Minecraft alone. That's terrible. Like, to do a whole new world, it's 16 hours of good footage and then send it off. Like, I don't know, it might not sound like a lot, but that's rough. Yeah, and jump to get off the zip line. Yeah, there you go. I'm not actually sure I need to break all these blocks, but the last thing I want is QC biting me in my booty. I have to break and replace so much. It's fine, it's fine. 34,000 hours of Minecraft clocked up? God damn. It's a lot of Minecraft. You must like the game or something. Okay. Can't believe I built this just in the wrong spot. And then come poop. Do I actually need to break all these? I do, because I brought the exact materials. It's going to be easier for me to remove it now than later. Like, yeah, I know I probably won't use all the stone brick, but I can't take that risk. There we go. Arrow of poison. Ow. To like not blink. No. Otherwise that happens. I need to find the limit as x goes to 2 pi from the left of x secant x. Or x cosecant of x. Oh god. Well, I mean, the limit of cosecant is what? That's 1 over the limit of sine, right? So just do... Right, yeah, it's x cosecant. I got that. So if you just evaluate it right now, you get 2 pi times 0. So obviously just plugging in the thing's not going to work. You have no idea what L'Hopital's rule is. Shoot. I was going to say, just take the derivative of it, but you don't know. That is. So, I don't know. Grab a calculator and start plugging numbers in. That's what I would do. Here, let me be constructive here instead of just like throwing out. Phil. Here we go. So the limit of x cosecant of x can be evaluated as x times 1 over the sine of x, right? I believe these two expressions are the same, right? I think that's the same. You're the one in the trig class. You can tell me if I'm speaking out of my butt. Yeah, that's what I did. Cool. Simplified it to x over sine x, right? Now I'm screaming the fact that I know what this evaluates to, and I'm going to teach you a little trick. It's going to be called what's called L'Hopital's rule, where you can just take the derivative of the expression. Because if you plug in 2 pi here, right, you get 2 pi over 0, which is a divide by 0, and that gets very angry. So, working ahead, you can take the derivative of the top and the bottom, which gives you 1 over, what's the derivative of sine x? It's cosine of x, which is funny because now you can do it, except you can't. But yes, you can. I'm stupid. 1 over the cosine of 2 pi is 1, so it just becomes 1. So that's the answer that we're going for. We know it's so now I can verifiably tell you that the answer is 1. So now you just have to figure out how to get there. You could try plugging in, I don't know. What is 2 pi is what? 6 point something? Do you have to draw it or do you just have to find it? What method do you have to use? Because I literally couldn't make it to the drop pod. There's always a way to make it to the drop pod. You can mine the terrain. Just have to find it. That's all it says. Man, I just told you how I would find it. I don't remember how to find limits without derivatives. Um, well, you can graph the function, right? That's what I would do. I'm trying to remember. Let me look this up. Graph of cosecant of x. Okay, I was thinking of the right one. It's this one, right? Where it's like, and then you got your asymptote, and then it's like, and you got your asymptote, right? And then it goes to 1, right? Because when does 1 over sine go to 1? At 2 pi, right? So this is 2 pi, 0, 2 pi, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I think, maybe? Nope. I got my labels wrong. This is 0. Yeah, here we go. I'm remembering now. This is pi over 2. This is negative pi over 2, negative 3 pi over 2. Okay. Well, the nice thing is you have to find the limit as x approaches 2 pi, right? Which x approaching 2 pi is basically the same. Wouldn't it just be negative infinity? Well, I told you that it's not, so... Right, because technically here's your sine graph. Also, Valk, if you literally couldn't make it to the drop pod, I'm assuming that you went down the wrong path in your terrain scanner. I should make this out of a different color. That's terrible, but like this is the... Red is sine of x, so the inverse is, you kind of get that. You could wow your teacher and do it the way that I did it with calculus. I'm curious how ChatGPT would do it. How to find the limit as x goes to 2 pi of x times cosecant. Don't do what I'm doing, and I'm not going to tell you the answer. I can do it because it's not my assignment. Without using calculus. Thinking longer for a better answer. Yeah, because I just told it to use the obvious way of finding it. Oh, okay. Okay, so you can kind of use calculus. I hate this, but yeah. I'll tell you the answer. And this is actually a really genius way of doing it. The limit doesn't exist. So I must have done my L'Hopital rule math wrong. I can only go back so far. Okay. Then give me a new one. Ah! So we start with x cosecant of x, which then becomes x over sine of x, right? We know this. And then, well, we can kind of use this, but let's say we marginally step away from this 2 pi, right? Because the limit as x goes to 2 pi, right? Also, my teacher was an asshole and always took off points for not writing this. So I'm going to continue to keep forgetting to write this because I was smarter than my teacher, but whatever. So we're going to introduce h. We're going to step h distance away from our 2 pi, right? So we're going to evaluate this whole expression at x equals x plus h, which is a standard thing that you're going to see in calculus coming up soon. So we're going to evaluate now this as x plus h over the cosecant of x plus, nope, over the sine of x plus h. Now what we're going to do is we're going to plug in x, right? We're going to plug in x. This is going to become 2 pi plus h over the sine of 2 pi plus h. The reason we're doing this now is introducing the x variables, or the x, plugging in this 2 pi, is because obviously without the h here, it gives us garbage, right? We get 2 pi over 0, and that's bad. But because we have this h here, sine of 2 pi plus h is not 0. But the sine of 2 pi goes away, right? So this can essentially be written as 2 pi over h, sine of h, sorry, plus h over sine of h. Does this look familiar, Alter Rock? Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. But this should look familiar to you. You should have talked about this term. Wait, why does the 2 pi go away? Alter Rock, what is the sine of 2 pi? This is essentially saying 0 plus h. Because the sine of 2 pi is 0. So we can just gone. Yeah, I'm stupid. Never mind. Yeah, you're good. So this is like literal day 1 limit stuff. Well, it's probably day 2. This term goes to 1. Yeah, h over, exactly. As h goes to 0, which is the tactic here that we're going to use. H goes to 0. H over sine of h goes to 1. And you should just be able to pull this proof, pull this proof out. So now all we need to do is figure out what sorry, I'm reading the Oh yeah, you ended up being completely right, Alter Rock. So as h goes to 0, this goes to 1. Hooray! Which means now we get this. 2 pi over sine of h as h goes to 0. You ended up being right with your positive infinity guess. But there's more to it. It depends on what direction you're coming from. If you are approaching from h slightly less than 2 pi, think about our good old unit circle graph, right? So let's say you're coming in, here, right? Imagine this is 2 pi minus, right? You're approaching from the bottom here, which means the sine of your value is going to be very, very close to 0, but it's going to be less than 0, which means sine of 0.000001, negative, is going to be a negative big number. So as you approach from the limit as x approaches 2 pi from the minus, right? This is going to skyrocket of x cosecant of x is going to equal negative infinity. Yes. However, when you approach it from the right, the positive, right? It's going to be 0.0000 whatever, 1, but it's going to be positive, which means this shoots off to positive infinity. Also known as the limit existing, or the limit does not exist at x equals 2 pi. I don't know if you guys have talked about like left and right-sided limits yet. Probably at this point, right? But yeah, ChatGPT reminding me that the concept of doing this x equals x plus h thing is you can do that without taking the derivative. What's funny is I would like to say that you just did calculate. Like I would consider this. You're so close to learning about the derivative. I forget that this is something that you learn in limits before the functional the limit definition of the derivative. I'm gonna flashbang you. One more lesson before you go. Memorize this formula now. Oh. And I forgot the limit as h approaches 0. This is the limit definition of the derivative. Notice this whole x plus h thing. Yeah, that doesn't go away. And it won't go away for another 3 weeks. So, like, I don't know. I know what this derivative is. If I take the derivative with respect to x, I instantly know that it's 2x because power rule, right? You bring down the power and subtract by 1. Or you can do it the old-fashioned way, which I'm just doing this for fun now. The limit is h approaches 0. F of x in this case is x squared. So now I need to do x plus h squared minus f of x, which is just x squared, over h as h approaches 0. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to FOIL this out. The limit of h approaches 0. This FOILed out is x squared plus 2hx plus h squared minus x squared divided by h. Hey, would you look at that? The x squares go away. Goodbye. Now, what you can do is you can factor out an h, which leaves you with h times 2x plus h, because we still have 1 remaining here, over h. And then goodbye. And then this is still the limit as h approaches 0. And then we go, well, we still have this h. But wait a minute. H is going to 0. So that just goes away. Bang. And then look at that. You're left with 2x. This is why once you learn derivative rules, you will never, ever, ever do this again. Really, I should box this one. Once you learn derivative rules, the limit definition of the derivative takes like literally 3 times as long to do and is way more mentally intensive. Like, why do math when you can just look at it and go, oh yeah, bring the power down and subtract this by 1? And there's integral rules too, and you'll learn these all in time. Grant, good to see you. Welcome in. Yeah, I left your stream on my desktop. Just got on a game and got flashbanged with math. Yeah, sorry, it's okay. Maybe I could be a math tutor, huh? If I were given all of the answers to questions before I was asked them, I could totally be a math teacher. The problem is that I'm really worried I would screw it up on the first try. You know, like, I wouldn't do it right. Just on the spot. It's like, I have mathematical aptitude. I just... Thinking and teaching are two completely different skills. And should not be mixed. But there, I don't know if you tuned me out halfway through my limit definition of a derivative explanation, but there you go. I basically just taught you at least something that your professor is probably going to teach you next week. Or this week, even. If you clean a vacuum, do you become a vacuum cleaner? Yes. Only if you get paid to do it, though. Anyways, how are you, Grant? Did you hear back from your dude? Whoops. Said starting Monday works great. Hell yeah. Something over for me, something to sign soon. That's awesome, man. Did you put in your 2 weeks today then? Or I guess your 1 week? Or you just say, I'm out. Take a week off. I don't know, I might have done that. I might have just been like, peace. See you never again. That's awesome, though. Whoops. That's something that I remember. It's taken you this long to find a job, and I've been looking for less than a month. I can't get discouraged. But like yours is a real job. I guess I'm still looking for a real job too. It's just, it's hard to not get discouraged sometime. Yeah, I put in my 1 week. This is your final day, like Sunday, I assume. Manager seemed a little sad, but she did say, "No, we can never get mad at someone who is trying to improve their life." Yeah, I mean, it's also like fucking Target. Like, come on. Like, come on, girl. it's Target. Like,
Geeky Ninja, no!
Tempted to spam this.
Geeky, good to see you. Welcome in. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. What did I do this time? Thank you for the 9 bits. I appreciate it. I have a timer, kind of. I'm gonna have to handle it manually.
Is it accurate and working?
Accurate? No. Working? Yes. Well, it depends on your definition of working. It counts down. That's my definition of working. It counts down. Does it keep track of subs, bits, follows, cheers, right? No. No, it doesn't. But that's what my Stream Elements stream report is for. Oh, I'm out of fireworks. Okay. It's not adding as much as the old one is? Yeah, it's because it's adding 0. Yeah, I'll take care of it. In fact, I'll probably do it on stream. Which tells me exactly how much money that I've made during a stream. At least afterwards. Doesn't count like ads. Actually, can I look that up right now? Is it live? Because the answer should be 0. Like, I wonder if it says, stream summary. Well, it tells me that I've streamed for a minute and 16. Let's try overview. Here we go. Revenue. Tuesday, September 16th. It tells me I've made 12 cents off bits. Is that right? 9. No, that was yesterday. 9 or 5 plus 9 is 14, 15, 16, 17. No. Minute 60. Yeah, I mean an hour and 16. So not really. If I refresh the page. Oh, I wonder if I counted it yesterday. Because this goes by UTC time, which means that technically I've made 12 bits today. Nope, that's still lying. Yeah, I don't know.
Geeky Ninja, no! Hello!
Count this.
Yeah, it doesn't know. I don't know, man. I don't know how to show my work. I got you, Ultra Rock. Gonna be using the same strategy. Oh. Same strategy. What is it? The limit as x approaches infinity. The root of it is 3/2. True. But he doesn't know L'Hopital's rule yet. He doesn't know the limit definition of the derivative yet, even though I taught it. But yeah, L'Hopital's would be 3/2. So yeah, that is correct. But I'm not even it is an indeterminate form. So yeah. That's why I couldn't take the. So what is it? 3x minus 2 over 2x plus 1. All right, let's vary it a little bit, right? 3 times x plus h minus 2 over 2 times x plus h plus 1. Okay. Distribute the h's. Or distribute the x's. So you get 3x plus 3h minus 2 over 2x plus 2h plus 1. Well, that obviously helped. But it's a legit strat with it. If it's a legit strat, that's what I do with this kind of problem. Just looking at the leading coefficient to figure out the limit, that's not at all how that works. Well, it kind of is, but you're going to get bitten in the ass for that. First of all, because the limit of x is going to infinity, we can just ignore this. The minus 2 and the plus 1, they don't mean crap. Like, in this problem, you have an infinity on the top and the infinity on the bottom, and an h on the top and an h on the bottom. I'm still not sure if that's valid. See, now I'm here thinking, I kind of just want to go h on the top, h on the bottom, x on the 3, or x on the 3 on top, 2 on the bottom, and ignore it. I really thought this strategy would work. That's normally how it works, is if you... You know what? I think I can do this. Just ignore the constants. You don't need those. Then refactor out the 3. Yeah, this is definitely how it's supposed to be done. 3x plus h over 2x plus h. Hey, look, you have an x plus h on the top. So you don't even need to put an h here. But just ignore the constants and then go, oh, hey, look, you can divide by x. And then it equals 3/2. Congratulations, you basically did L'Hopital's rule. Like, there's nothing... You just have to realize that as x goes to infinity, these numbers don't matter. Right? Infinity minus 2 is still infinity, and infinity plus 1 is still infinity. So they just poof. That's the strat. And then you go, oh, look, I have an x on the top and an x on the bottom. Hooray. Oh, it's 2/3, right? Like, but yes, so this homework was supposed to be assigned tomorrow because tomorrow we're learning derivatives. Oh, hey, look at that. Then, yeah, then this is really this. Oh. Then, yeah, so I don't know the rules to actually do the homework. I got a head start. Yeah, you did. You're so smart. Bang. In any case, Geeky, I will add the time. I promise. I have to do this because I'm a bum. He said, wait. Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. So what am I going to do now? Guess I can keep doing my math homework. Nothing wrong with keeping on the math homework train. Technically, I don't have to do it tomorrow. I am totally down to just like teach you what you're gonna learn tomorrow right now. You're gonna learn the limit definition of a derivative. Which is funny because I already explained that on stream. Just keep doing my homework. It's actually a really delicate way of defining what the derivative is, even if it is a little half-baked. I didn't. Not even I know the full-baked version of the derivative. All I know is it starts with there exists some delta and some epsilon, which something something something. God, I hope you don't learn the epsilon delta derivative definition of a derivative. It's not even I know what it is, and I don't want to. And if you do learn what it is in a Calc 1 class, then your teacher should be fired. And I stand on that. I learned the epsilon delta definition. I don't know what it means, but I was taught it this year, like by your college calculus professor, and they're just a terrible prof. There's a time and a place for that, and introductory calculus is not the place for it. Like on Friday. Okay, well, I guess maybe because you guys have 15 weeks in a quarter and we only have 10. We did trimesters instead of semesters, but it's useless. It's going to be on your exam. There's no reason for it. So wait, you learned the epsilon delta version of the derivative before you learned what the limit definition derivative of the derivative was? Let me just make sure I'm understanding this correctly. I think so. Let me just make sure that we're on the same page here. Just to be clear, the limit as h approaches 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x over h is a foreign formula to you. But you learned what the epsilon delta definition of a derivative is. Yeah? Your teacher should be fired. I mean that with the utmost sincerity. They should be fired. That is asinine that you would First of all, you can make it through the entirety of of your 4 years without knowing what the epsilon delta definition of the derivative is. I am evidence of that. Oh, you guys can't see. I did not once want to know what it was. And I'm sure there's a wonderful proof in the calculus textbook that is sitting on my shelf that I am probably going to read after stream. But like, that is step 4 in learning what the definition that I learned in class. No. That's like, no, that's the definite. Okay, I'm going to try and explain this because you're going to need to know it, and I think I understand it. Let's just do math today instead of build the dispenser grid because that sounds more fun anyway. So there's some graph theory, right? Let's so based on the first line here. Let me grab a screenshot of this so I have reference to what it is over here. God, please, no. So, the epsilon delta definition of I could say a derivative. It's limits basically. So it says the limit of f of x at x equals c equals L. So here we have x equaling c, and here we have L. Right? Like, and I don't know. I think the way that I was shown this was let's just draw a straight line. Let's just draw a straight line. And try and get the point here and whatever, you get the point. That goes there and that goes there, right? The limit of f of x at x equals c equals L for any, and then for any epsilon greater than 0, there exists a delta greater than 0, ensuring that when the distance between x and c is less than delta, the distance between f of x and L is less than epsilon. Basically, if I move some delta away, right, for any, well, I guess really it starts with epsilon, right? With any epsilon greater than 0, that means that this over here is a function value of L plus epsilon. Now, if we go over here, you're going to notice, hey, look at that. This is x plus delta. Basically meaning for any shift in L, there exists a shift in x. Or actually, it's the other way around, right? For any shift in x, there exists a shift in L, such that the difference between, basically this and this are like less than, they're the same distance or something like that, right? Which is stupid because the limit definition of this is so much more easy to understand. And I'm going to explain this to you because this is what you're going to learn tomorrow. And now you've got me on a roll. So let's bring up our line again, right? Let's bring up our line. Actually, let me do a curved line because this is how it's going to be taught tomorrow. I bet you the next 5 minutes you're going to spend an hour and a half on this. So you've got your function, right? Now you guys remember back in the good old days of algebra, right? How do you find slope? M. It's a change in y over a change in x, right? We all remember this from algebra. Or what you can do is you can do y2 minus y1. This is kind of behind my face. I'm sorry. Divided by x2 minus x1. And holy crap, that's a y. Right, it's behind it, but you get it. It's algebra. So, according to my 2 points here, this would be the slope, which obviously kind of, right? Like this is a slope between 2 points. So technically there's nothing wrong with this assumption. But what happens if we bring the points closer together? Let's say that we bring, I don't know, this point here and this point here, and we redraw our slope. Whatever. We keep bringing our points closer and closer and closer together. Right? And then eventually, let's say that our points are like this, right? And we get a slope line that kind of looks like this. Now, if you remember from good old trigonometry, this is what is called a tangent line. Well, this isn't a tangent line, but it's close enough. It's the line that touches the place or touches the original shape or curve or whatnot in only one point, right? And if we keep, say we bring these points to the same spot, congratulations, you have found a tangent line, which that's what finding a derivative is. Basically, what this is telling you is that the slope of this line is a straight line. Basically, the slope is increasing 2 times x. So at x equals 1, it's 2. At x equals 4, it's 8. At x, here, let me write this down. Slope equals this line, which we can, I don't know, we'll just call it x. I don't know. Well, right, it's a linear line. It's a linear line. So we just call the slope x, which means at 1, the slope is 1. At 2, the slope is 2. At 3, the slope is 3, right? The slope is increasing based on your distance. And that's kind of what it looks like from the shape, right? As you move in the positive x direction, it looks like it is increasing more. It's not just, a linear line where it's always increasing at the same rate. Like the slope between here and here is the same as here and here. No, it's different. The slope from, if I do blue, right? The slope from here to here is different from the slope from the green to the green, which is different from the slope from the blue to the blue, right? You get my point. It's the slope is constantly changing. And that is represented by this line right here. The slope is changing linearly. So we need to modify our little function here, right? That tells us the slope. And instead, we're going to try and find a slope at a singular point. But Lucas, how do we find a slope at a singular point? Our slope function tells us that we need 2 different points. One flashbang later. Well, this is where we're going to have to bring back in limits. So let's bring up our little graph, but it's going to be smaller here. Let's say we want to find the slope between this point and this point, which is x plus h. So let's just do our regular old y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And let's call this point here, we're going to call it f of x. And then this point right here, which is a little above it, is technically f of x plus h, right? Because you plug in x plus h in here, you get f of x plus h. You plug in x in here, you get f of x. Standard procedure. So now let's find our slope, which means we have f of x plus h, right? y2 minus y1, which is just f of x, divided by x2, which is x plus h, minus x. You go, oh, I can just cancel out the x's on the bottom, right? And you're going to go, hey, wait a minute, Alterock, or hey, wait a minute, Lucas. Didn't you just write this formula up on the board before you started this whole explanation? I'm going to say, yes, I did. Because all finding this derivative is instead of having these 2 distinct points, you're going to make h closer and closer and closer to 0. which means all we got to do is slap on an h going to 0. And congratulations. It's just normal slope. But this is not, it's instantaneous slope, basically meaning it's slope at a point. It's also the slope of the whole line, but instantaneous slope is what it's called. In physics, you'll hear it described as an instantaneous velocity, because the derivative of position is velocity and blah, 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 whatever. You don't need to know that, but you'll hear it as instantaneous velocity. Just use power rule. Ultrarock hasn't gotten there yet, Chris. But yes, just also use the power rule. So yeah, this is basically what the epsilon delta definition of the derivative is trying to say, but it's using fancy proof words and stuff that isn't important to a first year calculus student, or a second year, or a third year, or a fourth year calculus student. The right time to learn the epsilon delta definition of a derivative is if you're in proofs class or it's graduate level math. That's my opinion. But yeah, I probably botched that 3 ways to Sunday, but I think you get the gist. Got the gist. All you have to remember is it's just y2 minus y1, and then x2 minus x1. The reason it doesn't look like it is because the x's cancel out. Right? It's x plus h minus x over h. Like, you can theoretically derive this formula from first principle. Like, you don't need to know. You can just look at it and go, oh, I know what the algebra slope formula is. Therefore, I can construct a formula for any line. Instead of just y2 minus y1 over, like, you see what I mean? Why it works for lines? Why this y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 is? It's because the slope's the same literally everywhere. Who cares? Like, the slope at a point is the same at the slope of 2 points, the far away, right? That's kind of what I was saying earlier. The reason that it becomes important here is because it, like I said, it changes. The slope changes. But if you look at the instantaneous slope, it will be the same everywhere. And that is you just kind of have to trust me on that. I can't prove that to you. I'm pretty sure that's what the epsilon delta definition is trying to say, is that the instantaneous slope of a line, or of a polynomial, of anything, is the same everywhere. Unless you're in some like weird piecewise function and blah, 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 And so no matter how effed your function is, you can always find the slope using this. Because some functions don't render themselves well to nice, easy derivatives. And also, this will be on your exam. Okay. I think Professor Lucas is done. It was fun, though. I hope that was useful. I think it was useful. It was useful. Hey, that's good. Chris is over there like, just use the power rule. I unlocked parts of my brain. And that way you can flex on all of the people sitting next to you. Enjoy the rest of your day, man. Appreciate you hanging out. All right. And on that note, good freaking lord. I will. Oh, it's my English book that just fell. Scared the crap out of me. I'm going to take an ad break. And I will be right back. All right, who's ready for okay, I can't stand that French font. Pissing me off. I kind of want to play some Deep Rock. But I'm pretty sure that'd be really mean to do to like Valk and Middle Claw. So I guess I could do it solo. Oops. Locked in right now. LFG, did you win? Did you win your first Hazard 2 mission? I've never lost a Hazard 2 mission. I'm pretty sure I haven't lost a Hazard 3 mission. Then again, I don't play that much solo, so. Why play solo when you have Bosco? No, you're gonna play Deep Rock? I need to finish fixing this first. I don't know if I'll continue building it, but I need to at least fix it. Because I don't want to deal with that next stream. It won't take that long. Well, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 more rows to fix. So it'll be fine. Also, we're playing Hazard 4 as a minimum. Just saying. I will go down to Hazard 4 for you. But I'm not doing Hazard 3. The lower hazards are simply boring. To me, anyway. Need a carry then? I'll carry you. That's fine. Basically means that any mining missions are going to be rough. Because we won't have a nice way of getting resources that are high up. Also, just open it to the public too. Oops. I'll be honest, I'm kind of thinking about just ending stream anyway. Because I've hated the way that Deep Rock plays on stream with my computer. I'd rather just go play it off stream. But I guess I'll tough it out. I'll just turn down some graphic settings. gonna turn into a DRG streamer at this rate. What class you been playing? You been trying them all out like a normal person would? I played 3 missions and they have all been gunner. Oh no. You should engineer's a good one. That's not just me saying it, but like having repeats of the same classes. Honestly, double gunner's fine. Because you get 2 shields. Even though your shield sucks because it has no upgrades.
I hate how I get angry at stuff.
You mean like this? Oh. That's fair. Same level, 0. That's okay. I get angry at stuff too. It's a very human response. Ow. I find it hard to be angry, like purely angry for more than like 10 minutes. What's the point? Like I'll be pissed at someone and then just like 15 minutes later I'll just be fine. Bang. The last column of Christmas. Bum, 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 bum. Ah. Bang. Viewers I got 7. That's good enough to end. I'm just gonna wrap stream up here. Tomorrow I should be back to full on like caught up on sleep and all that. And we'll get back into a big subathon. Maybe just start early. Actually get up, be productive. because I hung out with Grace this morning, which meant that I was not productive at all. Oh, the timer fixed itself. Or it broke itself, I guess. Oh, because the font changes the... Is that readable? I can't see that. I could be a little bit bigger. Yeah, good enough. All right, chat. Funk Soul Brother. I really do appreciate you hanging out today. Thanks for stopping by. Nope, that's the tab I wanted. $8.69. Built half of the Dispenser Grid. Realized I was off by 3 blocks. And had to fix some small issues. Bro's leaving us again. Oh yeah, I'll be back tomorrow for big stream, I believe. Let me add the timer so I actually know how much time there is. Add fixed timer. Bazinga. Well, that's a little too big, huh? Keep it right there on my forehead. So next time the timer will start at 13:58:07. Instead of adding 224 to every stream, I'm going to add an hour plus whatever I get from bits. I'll do the math for that as soon as I get an email from Stream Elements. So thanks for hanging out, chat. Y'all are awesome. I'll be playing Deep Rock, probably in the Discord. I don't know if I'll stream it, but I'll definitely be in VC. So if you want to hop in, that'll probably be do that in 15 minutes or so. But I'm gonna go relax, watch the Tigers for a little bit, and that'll be that. Y'all are awesome. I should be fully rested tomorrow. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.